Hi, hello. I'm come back again. So we're going to have Federico Grandesso here as our guest speaker. Let me just invite Federico now. Okay. Hi, Kara. Thank you for come back again. Yes, Fede
Yes,
already.
Fede already.
Yes, I'm here from Rome.
Okay, I think
Okay, I think
there's
there's
wrong.
something wrong.
If
If
I have
if I
like
have like
Instagram live with
Instagram
you,
live with you,
there's always an echo.
there's always an echo.
I don't know why. It's very strange.
Yeah. Or maybe we
Yeah,
can
or
just
maybe we can just
start.
start,
Which
Yes,
is I
let's
don't
start.
have
which is
to
I don't have to
ask you question.
ask you question,
So you can
Okay.
just
so
like
you can
maybe
just like maybe talk
Okay.
with our list
with
of
our
questions.
list of questions.
Okay.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
like
Okay, so it's like
start to introduce
start
yourself.
to introduce yourself.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you much. It's a very nice occasion for me to be on Instagram Live at Burgo. And yes, I'm Grandesso Federico. I'm responsible for Asia and European Union for the Fellini Foundation. And besides that, I'm a fashion and cinema journalist working with various news wires in Europe and in Asia. So I started my career in cinema, and then I had the opportunity to work for a quite important fashion brand in Milan. So I was working in fashion for 5 years, directly with a designer, and then some other years in the fashion, more in the fashion journalism. So interviewing fashion designers and so on. So I have let's say a career which is on one side close to the designer, and on the other side,
Close to the designer.
as a journalist. So a little bit commenting and explaining why fashion is important. Yeah. And yes, Fellini Foundation is a very important adventure that I started many years ago, more than 7 years ago. And it's a foundation which owns more than 11,000 documents about Federico Fellini. The foundation is based in Switzerland, in the city of Sion, a very nice place if you want to ski. There are many interesting resorts, ski resorts there, Verbier, Crans-Montana, Zermatt. So I invite you also to visit the city of Sion, and especially the Fellini Foundation, where you will be able to see the beautiful artifacts, the beautiful drawings, sketches, posters of original posters of Fellini. This foundation made a few years ago also a fashion show in Jakarta, where we presented some photos, some original screenplays, sheets, and some drawings. I really remember it was actually the first time I met Jenny, so it was a very nice occasion. And then we did another master class the following year, always at Italian Institute of Culture. So it was for me a very important way after Singapore to show Fellini in Southeast Asia. It was really amazing. I met a lot of people very much interested about Fellini. We did even a retrospective with 3 Fellini movies, and the public was very enthusiastic about this movie director. So I'm very happy that we are talking again about Fellini, which I will tell you more later, which is inspiring also fashion designers. So yeah, I think that if I want to suggest some movies about Fellini that inspired fashion, you should watch, I think, obviously, La Dolce Vita, because La Dolce Vita is the movie which shows the paparazzi age and the cinema moments in Rome when Cinecittà, the film studio, was very, very iconic, very active, and Fellini was working in Studio 5, Studio number 5. So for sure, La Dolce Vita is nice. But also other movies like Roma, where you have a fashion show, a clerical fashion show, very funny, but very inspiring. We are actually doing a project in Singapore where a designer from Singapore will do a virtual reality show on this. So maybe also The Clown, as you know, fall-winter fashion show of Gucci 2020 by Alessandro Michele was inspired to Fellini and especially to the circus of Fellini, which is an important element. And if you go on YouTube, you will be able to see the fashion show of Gucci and how this turning structure is then displaying all the models, and this is exactly the inspiration that we have in the circus of Federico Fellini. But then I would think also to iconic people like Marcello Mastroianni, how fashionable he was, and also Anita Ekberg in La Dolce Vita. So there are a lot of inspirations about about Fellini.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So,
yes. Tell me, Jen.
Do you think
do you think
fashion
fashion people
we might
watch
watch the
the
movie
movie
that you
that you
recommend,
recommend?
Fede,
Fede,
and why?
and why?
Yeah, these movies can give you inspiration, but there are also other movies and iconic characters like Audrey Hepburn. You have to know that we did an exhibition many years ago with Audrey Hepburn, with the son of Audrey Hepburn, and we were able even to get some Givenchy dresses because my president met Mr. Givenchy in Switzerland. And so we could have some dresses of Audrey Hepburn. And Audrey Hepburn is also an iconic character in fashion. And by the way, I live in Brussels, and you should know that Audrey Hepburn was born in Brussels. And I visited the house of Audrey Hepburn also, which is not so far from my place, by the way, in the area of Ixelles. In the area of Ixelles in Brussels. So yeah, we are very much in Fellini Foundation not always focused on Fellini, but we do also other exhibitions like the one of Audrey Hepburn. And I really suggest all our viewers to know a little bit more about this relation between Audrey Hepburn and fashion. You will discover something very much interesting, and especially this relation with the Givenchy. It's very, very.
Yes. Yeah, very important.
Very
Federico.
Federico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Federico, you
are
influential people, and you have interviewed many big people. Who the latest important people that you
interview?
And is there any important fashion
designer?
Yeah, for sure. During my career, more than 8 years in fashion journalism, yes, I had the opportunity to interview a lot of fashion designers and people related to fashion. I would say the most iconic one that I interviewed is obviously Mr. Lagerfeld, Karl Lagerfeld, that I interviewed.
Karl Lagerfeld, wow.
I interviewed in Paris 2 times, and he was very much a 360-degree artist, I would say, because he was not only a fashion designer, but he was an incredible photographer. And it was really stunning how cultivated he was. You know, sometimes you feel that maybe fashion designers, they know only about fashion and how to prepare clothes, but he had a very large culture inspiration. He really was something. When you talk to him, every single word is meaningful. You know, it was really amazing, and it was a very deep situation for me to interview him in Paris. It was really amazing. He was very nice and very honest, I would say, and it was. Then I interviewed also Roberto Cavalli, totally different person, I would say, very volcanic, very empathic, and he's also an artist, and it was fantastic to interview him and the wife, which was also, let's say, the management person in the company, while Mr. Roberto was more the artistic mind. And this was also amazing. Then Jenny was meeting a lot the Versace family, especially Donatella and Santo, and also the interview with Santo was very nice for me because he's also he's not only a fashion person, but he was also into politics. And now I know, I give you a big news, he will be involved even in cinema, in a cinema production company. So Mr. Santo is really someone who like to jump from one sector to the other, so and explore every kind of field. And I'm very happy that he will be involved in cinema, because I truly believe that cinema and fashion are very much connected. And I will tell you also that I discovered that Fellini was very much in contact with the Fendi family, especially with Carla Fendi. And one time, even Fellini said to her, "You should be in one of my movies for a cameo, for a small part." And Fellini was using Fendi clothes a lot, especially the furs, the famous furs and scarves of Fendi. And the Fendi is here in Rome and was a sort of cultural meeting point, even for other movie designers. So, as you see, there is much link between fashion and cinema. This is, it was in the past and it's also now.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Um,
Um,
Federico. So
So
for the next question,
for the next questions, like
we heard that you attend
attend
some important
important film festival,
and we want to hear
the experience.
So please tell us
So please tell us how the Indians
who came and
who came and attended,
and what is
new and
different for the
festival this year.
Yeah, thank you so much. As you know, I had the privilege to be in 2 very important international film festivals, Venice and Rome. And it was like coming back to life for me. after this winter in Europe, where the pandemic was very much strong and hitting also the cultural world. And Venice was the first festival I attended in September, and international guests from Iran, from India, from
Wow.
US, from China, from everywhere. I have to tell you the truth, I was very much astonished how the festival managed in a very good way to keep everything safe. And we didn't have even one case of COVID during the festival. With thousands and thousands of people, if I remember well, there were almost 2,000 journalists. Only 2,000 journalists. Let's put aside all the others. So to give you an idea how big it was, this festival. And yeah, I could do my interviews with the mask during the interview. This was really strange for me. And I could do everything. I could see the movies, I could do the interviews, because the red carpet was obviously protected by a wall, not to create grouping of people, but we still had the red carpet. And the red carpet was also interesting. I will tell you then why fashion designers has to follow the red carpet in Cannes and Venice. But anyway, this festival was fantastic, and yeah, it was different for sure. But and then I was in Rome, which was a little bit different, because the situation in Rome during the festival was a little bit worse than in Venice. We had even in the last days the curfew. So the atmosphere was a little bit more tense. But I was happy to attend to this festival, and a lot of guests from abroad were coming. So yeah, it was really fantastic experience.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Federico,
So, and Federico,
you are one of
you
Burgo
are
best
one of
friend.
the Burgo best friend.
You were
You
attend
will attend
the fashion show
the
of our
fashion show
student.
of our students.
Maybe you can
Maybe you
tell a
can
story
tell a
about
story about
your experience with
your
us,
experience with
Burgo
us,
Indonesia,
Burgo Indonesia,
Burgo family.
Yeah.
Burgo family.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was very happy to attend the Milan Fashion Week this year. It was a little bit strange because many shows were online, and this was the big difference. But there were still some fashion shows, real fashion shows with social distancing and so on. And one of the fashion show I saw was this interesting Indonesian fashion show of the brand Manquin. And I was very happy to see how the two designers were presenting batik, so Indonesian culture, and also showed to the audience the craftsmanship, the detail in the clothes were amazing. I have to say, I was very much impressed, and by the quality, by this flower inspiration, and I think that this haute couture fashion show was very much appreciated. It was very much appreciated in Milan, and I hope that they will be able to come again to Milan, because obviously we need in Milan a more international approach. We cannot always stay with our European designers on the red. We need to open ourselves to international designers, especially to Asians. And I know that also last year there were other designers in the Milan Fashion Week, and I was happy that I attended the fashion show with the Indonesian ambassador in Italy, and we were all very proud of the two Bulgarians, and we hope to see them again in Milan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Federico,
So Federico,
thank you so much
thank you so
for
much for
the Google
the Google for the
I mean
the
the
Burgo
today,
talk today,
and I hope
and
that
I
we
hope
can
that we
see you
can see you
again
again
in
in
our
in
virtual
our
class
virtual class
Yes.
to teach about the
to teach
fashion
about
and
the
film.
fashion and film.
Yeah, yeah, Jenny. I was very much, I have to tell you, I was very much inspired by Mr. Ferdinando Burgo. When I met him in Milan, it was a fantastic moment to see how dedicated he is, and also the Burgo method, the specific method that you use in Jakarta and all over the world. It's really the tool of success for you, I think. How you follow the students every day. And I met also Biagio Belsito, who is really one diamond in your collection, I would say. And I met him in Jakarta, and I was very happy, and I could meet him in Milan. And yeah, the Burgo family is really, really something that is always in my heart, and I hope to meet them soon again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Federico.
Thank you, Federico, and
I wish you have
I wish you have a
great day there in
great day
Rome.
there in Rome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much. Terima kasih.
Grazie mille.
Grazie mille.